What is going on, everybody? Yo, it's Syfaxx. Look, hopefully the camera doesn't look too bad. I know the haircut's not fucking awful. I don't know. How's everyone doing tonight? How's everyone doing? What the hell? Let's see here. We already got one. What the hell? An actual Syfaxx stream? I thought those were just legends. You know what? Legends sometimes are part of reality, dude. You guys gotta, lean into the myth, and then the myth becomes reality. It's kind of crazy out there. But no, honestly enough, what it actually is, if I'm being completely honest with everybody, obviously Spider-Man is going to be a massive thing. I actually got to see it on the first day. I meant to do a stream about it, or at least join DA's stream the other day. My work schedules have been so crazy that I fell asleep before he did his stream, because my sleep schedule and everyone else, whatever. I work different hours than other people. It just didn't, the hours didn't add up. I fell asleep, didn't get to go on and talk about it with them. So there you go. So I wanted to talk about it, but also I wanted to test my computer at night because we're apparently getting like our swamp cooler replaced. I'm curious if the swamp cooler is enough to keep my computer cool so I can start editing videos again, and then I don't have to buy an air conditioner, like a room air conditioner, because of where I'm at located wise. So I'm just curious about that, because right now it seems to be running fine. Like right now it doesn't say anything, but when I first started up, it was already saying it's too hot. It's fucking 11:20 at night, and it was already, or well, when I first started up, I would say about 20 minutes ago, it was saying it was still too hot, and like my computer was already overheating, and that's without running, editing programs and everything. So it wasn't like burning up the fans and everything. So I'm like, I can't edit with this, dude. It just, every time I light up the program, the computer dies. So that's what I've been saying for the last literally few months when I'm on DA stream and stuff. I'm like, I would like to do more. I just literally can't. My computer sucks. I don't have the money to get the new one that I want, and I'm not going to spend like cheap amount of money to get something that halfway gets me there. I'm just not going to do that. I'm going to save up. I'm going to get something dope and just do it right. I feel that's the right way to go. Like, hey, if I'm going to do it, let's do it right. Right? Come on. So anyways, that's the story behind that. So thank you, Ron E. And I do see you say hi and hold my DualShocks chat and everything. Most of the time, whenever I say hi in other people's chats, maybe I'm on my way home from work and I'm at a red light. I could just be like, hi, chat, and then I got to drive. So I'm a like, I don't know, I'm a decent driver. I don't try to mess with any of that. So, well, if people are like, dude, you never respond, I'm like, trust me, I see all your messages. I try to see all of them. I wish I could respond to all of them. I wish iPhone had like the instant lock or the instant mode to where I could just type at and then like your first couple letters, your name, and scroll through. Boom. I'd be like, hey, what's up, bro? What's up? It would be so much easier. And I'm not gonna say I would do that while I was driving, but at the same time, there's a good chance I might possibly do that while I was like at a stoplight and at least say hi. Mod duty done. Yeah, mod duty done with all of no people here because I don't do shit lately. But hello to everybody in the chat. Thank you for everybody that showed up. It looks like there's 4 people. I saw it go up to 6 for a minute, which is fantastic considering I haven't done anything. Actually, it's back up to 6 considering I haven't done anything in way too long. It's been way too long. And I mean, I wish there was a better excuse other than the heat, but literally the heat is frying my fucking computer. So every time I try to do things on my computer, it just turns off. I don't know what to do about that other than get an air conditioner, and now we're trying to replace the swamp cooler. It's a whole fucking thing, dude. California is a shit show. Where I'm at is not ideal living space. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. But since it's kind of later at night and it's a little bit cooler, I figure I might be able to get on, maybe do an hour or so. If anybody actually, you know what? Let me go ahead and throw this out there because I used to do this all the time and I would love to do this again. If anybody out there wants to jump on and talk about Spider-Man Brand New Day, if you have seen it or you want to talk about it, let me know in the comments or whatever, and I'll send you a link. You just hit me up on X or something. Jump on here. We can talk about some Spider-Man stuff for I'm hoping an hour. I don't know how long the computer will go. Like I'm just gonna give it a go. We'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. It should be fun. Well, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. Stacy Gardner says, "What's good, Syfaxx? You know what's good? Apparently, my computer right now not overheating. Very good. I'm kind of doing a test run. If maybe I got to switch my sleep schedule so I can maybe do some late night streams and just get in some hours or like get back into it to let people know that yes, I still do content, or like I'm not just a guest star on other people, or I'm not just a guest on other people's things or whatever. Because it's like, dude, some people actually like to watch me for some reason, which is great. I love it. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely love it. But it's not for lack of trying. It's the fucking heat, man. The heat is killing me. The heat is killing me, dude. It's brutal. It is brutal. Stacy Gardner says, that's good to hear. Absolutely, dude. Yeah, Stacy, hey, if you want to jump on, dude, not only, I mean, I don't know if you saw Spider-Man. You don't got to talk about that. We can talk anime as well. The title that I threw out there, I'm not going to lie, it's a little bit clickbaity because it's like, hey, they're the same villains. I have a reason for that, and I don't know if I want to spoil it for people. We'll get into it later, but the villains they're not villains. It's a whole thing. So if people have not seen this movie, I almost don't want to spoil it for people, but I have a feeling if you saw it in the title, you should know already. So when I get into it, I mean, that's on you at that point. So whatever, So you haven't seen it. Okay. All good. Also, hey, Ronnie, you've been in the chat many a times. I don't know how many people have invited you or not, but you're welcome to join anytime. If I'm live, dude, if you want to jump on, I don't know if you got a mic or what you do. Like I've seen you in plenty of chats, but I've never seen you. I don't know if you do your own thing or you got your own channel. If so, go ahead and promote it. Obviously, you got mods here on my channel. Go ahead and promote it out there. Handle it, dude. I'm waiting to see Spider-Man next week. I don't care about spoilers. To be fair, I don't think there's many spoilers to be had. It's just there's some things that I feel like people are overlooking. Like if you've watched me and DA for a while, like I kind of point out some things that other people, it's not that they don't point them out. It's just that, what's the best way to put it? I don't want to say they overlook them either. It's just like they overlook them when they're having a good time. You're having a good time during a movie, which is great. I think the reason that I was able to see him is because my theater experience was really shitty. Like I was next to like a family who just wouldn't fucking shut up. There was kids, like I was in row G, or I think I was in G, and there was kids in like B, like down in the like way in the front, and I could hear them every goddamn time. And it was just like it was taking me out of the movie experience. So I was just like, I was in between a bunch of stuff. I was just like, dude, what the, like, why am I want to be immersed in the story, because like for the most part I was having a pretty decent time, a good time overall. And then you got people outside of the thing that you're trying to watch ruining your fucking experience. And that kind of really sucked. So I was just like, I don't know if that diminished it as much as maybe my thumbnail makes it seem like or whatever. But yeah, like overall I enjoyed the movie. That's the best way I can put it. I enjoyed the movie. So I'm not going to get into spoilers yet. It's very early into the stream or whatever. All right. But yeah, no, overall I did enjoy the movie. Like I had a good time with it, but it was just like there's a lot wrong with it where I'm just like, this is the best way I can put it. It's dumb. It's dumb. It's stupid. And it's like, just because you do a bunch of cool fucking Spider-Man shit, which is good for a Spider-Man movie, because those parts were awesome, right? So it's like there's a contained part of this movie where it's like the Spider-Man stuff is really fucking cool. Almost everything else is not that cool. Like, you're just like, this is stupid. Like, it doesn't make any sense. They're just like, well, Spider-Man's still cool though, right? So Spider-Man is awesome still in his own movie, which should make sense. Everything else, you're like, what the fuck is this mess? Like, this is all like everything else outside of Spider-Man is a mess. And it was just bothering me. And I just saw so many people praising it, and I wish I would have stayed up for DA stream, because the way that they were talking about it, like so many people liked it. And don't get me wrong, I did overall, I like the movie. I overall like the movie. I would say I would recommend it. Go ahead and go check it out. It's actually pretty damn good. But it's like, it's one of those where you think about it for like half a second, you're like, there's so many things wrong with it. And one of my big things I did put into my thumbnail, which I don't know if anyone will catch on to that, but we'll see how it goes. So let me go ahead and go down the list here of people who have said hi. We got Ronnie says they'll come. Not that many people come, dude. I haven't streamed for a minute. That's good to hear. We got Stacy Gardner. I haven't seen it yet. Okay. I'm waiting to see Spider-Man next week. I don't care about spoilers. If you don't care about spoilers, you're at the right spot. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to spoil all that much, but there's going to be a few things that I'm going to be kind of hypercritical about. Oh my God, cat. Go away. Go away. Go away. You're good. Okay. The things or scenes that stuck out to you. The things or scenes that stuck out to me. So the things or scenes that stuck out to me. So you've probably actually already seen them, a lot of them on social media. Some of them were mainly in the trailers, like some of the really big scenes, which I really hate when they do that with any massive theatrical releases in general. But it's like, what was cool is like, so say you're a Spider-Man fan, there's a bunch of like iconic looking scenes that they redid that are like literal comic book covers. It's just like those shots or whatever. But everyone guessed it right. So where it was like, oh, he's going to be fighting a bunch of villains. Well, it's actually just a giant montage at the beginning. So everyone guessed that. Like everyone guessed that right off the bat. Like there's like kind of like a small mini montage of him fighting different people and doing basically iconic comic book cover shots. Like that's, which is cool. It looks cool. I mean, that's cool to put out there. But then once it gets into like his actual story with the like with his Mary J, like Zendaya's part, all that stuff, I don't want to say it's unnecessary, but god damn, it is boring. Like it's a lag in the system, right? It's like everything is just flowing, and then that shit happens, and then you have stuff like Punisher. Like Punisher's cool, but he's actually not Punisher. He's like a, I don't know, like a wimpy version of Punisher. Like other than he does make a Punisher move towards the end of the movie or whatever, but it's like they just do weird decisions in it throughout the whole thing. Now, so I don't know how long I'm going to stream for. It'll probably be less than an hour. We'll see if anybody wants to come on and jump on and talk about shit or whatever. But I will say this. The reason that I put in all the villains are the same on my title, I'm going to explain that. And it's simply because of this. It's because all MCU villains all have been defeated in the last few phases. They've all been defeated by the way of talking to them. They simply talk to them, right? The only reason it works in this movie is because the villains, quote unquote, are actually they're kind of heroes. And we all know they're heroes. We all know they're heroes. So the people that are antagonists in this movie aren't really antagonists. They're just misled, like something is happening or whatever, and then they get talked down out of their, like, I'm gonna kill everybody spiral, whatever. So that's actually the thing that I'm surprised nobody's fucking talked about. I've not seen one person bring that up, because that's the same thing that happens in like every single MCU movie. Is they just have a talk with the quote unquote bad guy. Now, when you're talking to a bad guy and then the bad guy continues to be a bad guy, that's one thing. But in this movie, you're talking to technically the bad guy of the movie, but these bad guys of the movie are kind of good guys. So it kind of actually works. It actually works in this sense. Like, that's the way that it works. So I was super confused when I haven't heard anybody kind of mention that. I don't know if anybody's actually seen the movie in the comments or whatever, but it's like, that was like, nobody's talked about that. And I'm like, that's a big, it's literally the same thing they've been doing. They just did the same fucking thing. They just did it for good guy, bad guys. Like, they're pro antagonist. I don't know, what do you classify them as? They're antagonists for the movie, but they're protagonist overall. Like, what how do you classify them? You know what I mean? Because those are the main people. Well, let's say the main threats in this movie are literally protagonists in every other sense that we know them as. So what the hell is this? It's super crazy. And nobody's talking about that. Maybe because they don't want to do the spoilers. That's why I put spoilers in my title there. So that might be a spoiler. But I don't know. Nobody, I've never heard anybody else talk about that. So Ed KW, Supreme Legend, yes, Zendaya stole the show, and hi Syfaxx, hi Super Prince. Hey, what's up, Ed Q3W or Q or Ed Q? There you go. A neutered Punisher. I thought they, like, if you're gonna throw Punisher into a Spider-Man film, I thought they at least did it kind of right. They played up the funny parts of it, like what it would be like to have somebody who's extreme versus somebody who's the neighborhood friendly Spider-Man, and that dynamic, I would say it works. This is the other thing I noticed. I mean, it might have just been the crowd that I was with or whatever, but like, the jokes, I don't feel they landed. Like, none of the jokes really landed. Like, I didn't hear a giant crowd laughing. And just for context, I'm in Southern California, LA area. I mean, I didn't go to Burbank. Usually I go to Burbank for the big movies, but I couldn't get a ticket. It was all sold out. But even so, when you go to any of these big showings or anything like this, like, people show up, they show out, and like, if they're into it, they're all into it. Like, they go full bore. And you're just like, okay. And even if it's a movie you don't really care for or don't really like all that much, you'll get into it too. Like, I've mentioned this before on DA stream. Like, there's that movie Thanksgiving that came out like 3 years ago or some shit. Not a great movie. I saw it in theater with a bunch of people who were having a great time. I had a great time with that. I showed it to friends later when it came out on streaming, and I was like, oh, this movie is not very good. It's not very good. It just happened to be that way. You know, it's whatever. But whatever. It just happened to be that way. Yes, Supreme Legend. Let's see here. Tony Elias says, "Hail, Syfaxx. Good to see you back." Hey, what's up, Tony Elias? Hey, no, I've been here the whole time. I just I haven't been doing my own thing because literally my computer would overheat normally. That's why I'm doing it. Like I'm on the West Coast, so for me it's almost 12 o'clock. It's still like 85 degrees here. I'm surprised my computer is not overheated. It's crazy. Ronnie says, "Hey to you as well. How would you rank it amongst the 4 Tom Holland Spider-Man films? Out of the 4, either number 2, probably number 2. Because what was the Doctor Strange one? Was that No Way Home? No Way Home, just because, I mean, it had all the Spider-Man and like it's still kind of connected to the old universe that was there. And just seeing everyone back together, like that kind of nostalgia, I can still rewatch. Like I would say I could rewatch that one and I'd be like, I'm gonna have a good time. With this one, I might see it again in theater, but I have no immediate intention to go see it again. That's kind of where I've been ranking movies lately. It's like, what's your thought pattern? Like me speaking to myself, anyways. Like, what is your intention of going to see this again, possibly at all, if ever, in theater or whatever? And I'm like, I saw it once, and I'm leaning on the cusp of, do I even want to see it again? Like, I don't know. There was nothing that stood out to me enough to where I'm like, dude, I need to see that again. But I mean, to be fair, the last thing that stood out to me in a while was Godzilla -0 or -1. And it's like that, just the nuke scene when he like nukes the whole city. I was like, dude, I just want to see that in theater again. I just want to see that again. And so I went, I saw that like 2 or 3 times, and then I saw it in minus color because I was like, what does this look like in black and white? Why not? It was whatever in black and white. But it's like that was the last movie I think I've seen where I was like, as soon as out of it, I was like, I need to see this again. It's been a while for a movie to draw me back to the theater to see that same movie again. They don't happen. I think the last time before that was like the Avengers movies or like Infinity War and Endgame, just to experience it with a different crowd and stuff like that. Like those were, those are iconic moments where you're like, well, I can get iconic moments with a bunch of different people over and over. And that was cool. But I haven't seen anything like that probably since then, other than Godzilla -1. Godzilla -1 is just like, I mean, I love the story, that even the backstory about the movie is incredible, where they're like, oh, you did this for $15 million. And then the director responds, he's like, I wish we had $15 million. And it's like, you did this for less than 15 and you give me a fucking break. You know what I mean? I love stories like that. Plus on top of that, it's great. It's literally a cinematic experience. So, I mean, that'd be cool to see. I mean, people have been saying Odyssey's good. People have been saying Odyssey's bad. That's one I have not seen yet, just because they say they filmed it in 70 millimeter, and the 70 millimeters are still all sold out. So I don't know. If I'm going to see it, I want to see it in the way that it was filmed properly. So that one will take a minute for me to, give a proper review on. But I mean, I hear things here or there, but I'm not going to judge off that. So here, No Way Home was Doctor Strange. Yep. Okay. Yeah. No Way Home, Homecoming, Far From Home, No Way Home, Brand New Day. Yep. That's the order. That sounds right. I hope this movie dumpsters that pile of crap Odyssey. Okay, so there you go. We got an Odyssey hater right there in the chat. Supreme Legend. What's up, Supreme? How you doing, brother? How you doing? How you doing tonight? I know it's late, and thank you for stopping by the stream. I don't know if I'm more lit up than normal or whatever. I'm trying to work with my lighting. I actually got a ring light. Well, actually, it was free, but I don't think it works right. It's like the sun in my face. So I need to find better lighting, hopefully above me or something. I don't know. We'll see. An amazing, mind-blowing film is one that you can rewatch multiple times in theaters. Yep, absolutely. Not just that, but also the theater experience, because that's something that I've noticed is missing. Because I've had great theater experiences with very mediocre films, right? Like I just mentioned earlier, Thanksgiving, not a good film, not great. The theater that I saw it in made that film awesome. Everyone was having a good time. They were laughing at the ridiculousness of it. Like I was just like, man, this is not great, but I'm having a great time. Everyone, like, you get caught up in the camaraderie of it all, and it was a fun time. So that was cool. The other one that I saw that would have the same experience like that was The Toxic Avenger. Not a lot of people saw that movie at all. When I saw it, it was like the smallest theater in Burbank. There's probably like maybe 20 seats, maybe I don't know, 25 seats. It's like this one of the smallest theaters they got there. Everybody was having a blast because everybody there was a Trauma fan. If you're a Trauma fan, you're gonna have a good time, and everybody's getting all the references. Everyone was laughing at all the dumb small shit, and everyone was just having a good time. And I'm like, that was a great theater experience. Is the movie that good? No, no. You might be able to have a few laughs at it or whatever, but unless you're like a full on Trauma fan, like that movie is made for the fans. Absolutely. And you know what? If that's what they're aiming for, they nailed it. They nailed it. Because like, I don't know, I had a good time with it, but I could definitely tell you I showed it to people who had no idea what the fuck Trauma was, and they did not care for it at all. Let's go down the list here. Godzilla minus one is awesome. My favorite Godzilla movie. Dude, absolutely. Godzilla minus one is fantastic. I mean, it's one of those few stories where it's like Godzilla might not even be your favorite character most of the time. Like I can't remember his name right now, which makes me feel stupid because I saw it 4 goddamn times. But I don't know. Like the main guy is great. Excited, but also extremely worried for minus zero in November. Minus one set the bar extremely high to the point that it's going to be incredibly hard to be as good, let alone better than the first. That is true. But at the same time, they set the bar that high with what they had. Now, I don't know if he expanded his team or what he did, but I don't know. I'll give a second a shot because the first was so damn good with how little they had and how humble he was about going about like any of the press stuff that he went about. It was like dude, I wish I would have had more money. He's like, I would have made it look even fucking better. And now it sounds like, dude, I got more money. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make it look even fucking better. That's what I'm hoping. And I don't know, when their budgets start getting above 50 million, I'll start worrying because I feel like once 50 million is like the budget for, like, I don't know, smaller projects or whatever. Let's say quote unquote smaller projects, even though Godzilla is not a small project, that's a big project. But in Japan, 50 million USD would probably be fucking massive. That would be fucking insane. Like almost unheard of. Like that's not a thing. If you get something like that, then I would start worrying because if there starts getting Western influence, as long as it keeps to the main creator and his vision, I'm going to keep giving it a shot. But I'm hoping minus zero. Yeah, I'm hoping it's going to do the same thing that it did the last time, which is nobody even kind of knew was a thing. It did gangbusters in Japan. It didn't do all that well out here as far as numbers wise, but everybody that saw it loved it. I have a feeling it's going to do the same thing out here where it'll do great out there and hopefully a little bit more people that ended up seeing -0 or -1 will go see it this time around. So it'll be like a slow burn build up to seeing it more and more. Almost kind of like how anime worked out here. Like if you look at like old anime and whatever, like when anime movies would drop, like everybody that saw it loved it. Not a lot of people saw it though. So it's like, yeah, you're getting 90-95% from 2 million people. Let's just say that's an average. But if all of a sudden the next movie comes out, and because those 2 million people saw it, got a good average, whatever, all of a sudden the next one comes out, and all of a sudden you got 5 million people seeing it. Great. Now you just do the doubling. It's like that. It's like that old school penny thing. It's like, do you want a penny for do you want $1 million today, or do you want a penny doubled for every 3 months or some shit? And all of a sudden it ends up being like $100 million. Do the math on that. Eventually it'll catch up. That's the way that like anime and stuff like that's going. To your Tony Elias says Demon Slayer movies was some of the best animation of all time, having on like 20 million budget. And say, dude, that's great. That's a great point. That's another great point. That's the other thing is like some of these places are learning how to do insane animation, especially with that 3D stuff. I really hope it's not AI. I really hope it's not, because I mean, if it is, like the kind of people that need to program that is insane. Like it's ridiculous, but I'm assuming it's not. But like that kind of 3D. If you've never seen, there's a new show that's kind of out right now. It's kind of doing some of the same animation. It's called like something Heavy Night, or the Heavy Night knows the tricks or something. Like it has some weird name, but it's Heavy Night something. But it has some animation like that, where the animation is absurd. It's like 3D rendered and like does all these like crazy camera tricks for no reason. And it just, I mean, it doesn't progress the story at all. It just looks cool. But yeah, Demon Slayer was kind of doing that before that. But yeah, Demon Slayer, not only on top of that, but Demon Slayer is one of the few like comic books, if I remember right, that actually does like over 1 billion in sales. It's like one of the few left out there that does stupid numbers. Like when the manga drops, or a manga drops, however you want to pronounce it, does dumb numbers, insane fucking numbers, just incredible. It's good for them. That's one that I wish I would have got into when it first came out. I feel like if I were to get into it now, I'm going to be playing catch up, Which, don't get me wrong, I'll eventually get to it. I'll get to it. But when I see an anime, it's like, 300, 400 episodes. I'm like, dude, I don't got the time for that. I want to get something that I can knock out in like a weekend and catch up and talk to everybody about. But they're like, but you got to see this. You got to see this. And I'm like, the last one I gave that much time to was Bleach. And I was like 300 episodes into that thing. And like, I remember I just burnt out. Like I just burnt out. And that was like 10, 12 years ago. I don't even know how many episodes there are now. It's probably over. I know they got movies coming out. So I'm like, fuck, that shit has to be over. But yeah. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going with the comments. When it comes to Odyssey and waiting for streaming, yeah, I'm kind of on the same boat, man. I'm on Odysseus's boat on that one, dude. I'm waiting for the sirens to hit me, and the sirens are going to be, Prime being like, hey, it's available to purchase, and I'm going to be like, I'm going to wait for it to be free. Odyssey has been incredibly divisive. It's given reviews all across the spectrum. Many people I trust loved it, hated it, thought it was mid, just okay, etc. Yeah, that could be a problem, especially if you if you only go off the opinions of people that you follow on the internet, which, don't get me wrong, I've kind of done it the same way. Like I'm friends with people like Chris Gore in person, whatever, and it's like I almost thought like his opinion would sway me on something, whatever, until I've gone to movies with him. And I've literally left the theater with him watching the same movie and being the exact opposite opinion of him and Alan or both or whatever. And it's just like, oh yeah, no. I realize I'm like, no, my opinion is literally my own or whatever. But so like if there's a certain style of movie that they're into, maybe they would have a good opinion on it. Or, same with me, same with any of your favorite, let's say, YouTubers. Like if I'm one of your favorites out there, thank you. But yeah, no, I don't do enough to out here to warrant any of that madness. But yeah, just take it all with a grain of salt. And it's like, hey, if these people are into action, maybe take their opinion on a little bit of action. If they are into horror, vice versa, or same on, all throughout the genres. You know, there's certain things that I'm not going to trust Alan on. I'm not going to trust Chris on. I'm not going to trust Jeremy Johns on or whatever, just because I'm like, I've been burned once or twice, whatever. And you know what? If I've ever made a recommendation and it's like, well, fucking Syfaxx said this, and you got burned, then it's like, well, don't fucking trust me either. It's all good. But it's like, I'll get, as long as everyone's just giving their honest opinion, you'll find a middle ground somewhere between all the different people that you watch or see, and you're like, okay, I can relatively I can understand where this is coming from. There's even times when like I said, like my best examples would be Chris Gore and Alan Ng, right? Film Threat. People actually know in person. And it's like there's so many times where I've literally seen movies with them and they'll give it either a glowing review or a bad review, and I'm the complete opposite way, and I'm just like, I was like, I don't know what you saw, or like I'm like, I don't know what you didn't fucking see. It's kind of weird out there sometimes. But I will say those guys they say exactly what they fucking mean, and they don't waver on it. So I respect them for that. Thought you were gonna say the toxic Supergirl movie. Oh man, Supergirl was trash. That was just awful. Just like literally just the color grading alone, just the filmography, the color grading, everything about just that alone already bad. Like that alone is bad. The story is bad. Once you start looking into the concept of everything that's going around in their plot, quote unquote, it's fucking horrible. Like it just gets worse and worse the more you think about it. Which, I mean, a lot of movies can do that when you really dive into them, but it's like you don't even have to dive that far into it. You just got to think for it for like 5 seconds. You're like, oh, this whole thing was terrible. Sure. Ed Q says, I like Godzilla, and Ron, yes, Godzilla is awesome. Absolutely. Godzilla is fucking peak. At least the last one was. Toxic Avenger, I heard was fun. Barely got any marketing. Yeah. Peter Dinklage might have tanked it, oddly enough. Let's see here. What's Syfaxx drinking that? I am drinking just natural ice, dude. I switched to super cheap beer because it's stronger and it's cheap as fuck. And I don't know. I drink poor, dude. I live the way that my paycheck lets me, which is poor. I'm po. If you want to support me, there's ways to do it. You don't got to do that. Who cares? You know what's fun? This right now. Just talking to the chat, just shooting the shit, and just going on about movies. And I miss doing this. I wish I wasn't, I don't know, working at all the wrong times. Because even right now, what is it? It's 11:57 on a Friday night, almost about to be Saturday morning, at least on me for I'm on the West Coast. We got 10 people here in the chat. And you know what? You guys are letting me talk and rant and just be a fucking idiot, have a couple drinks and shoot the shit with you guys, talk a little bit about some Spider-Man, and oddly enough, talk about Godzilla, which is amazing. Dude, I love Godzilla. But let me throw this out there to the chat also, because I've been saying this. Well, I said this at the beginning of the stream. I will continue to say this. And I used to say this all the time. Anybody that wants to jump on here and wants to shoot the shit and talk at all, let me know. You can find me at Gallows the Media on X. Be like, hey, I hit you up. You send me a friend request, whatever, and you want to jump on the stream, we can talk about whatever you want to talk about. I might be up for a bit. If not, I mean, I'm just going to keep ranting and reading people's chats and responding to them. Unless people want other spoilers for Brand New Day. Oh my God. Cat, get out of the way. Look at that. Look at that. I got a cat all up in my business. Let's keep going. Let's see. I got faith in Godzilla. I do. I got faith in Godzilla as well. Heavy Knight dominate the system, dude. Heavy Knight is dope. If you're a fan of MMOs, like any type of MMO RPG in general, and you haven't seen Heavy Knight game, I think it's called Heavy Knight Games the System or something like that. It's a new anime that's out. It has some crazy graphics that go on, but overall, like the story is very. If you're an MMO player at all, you'll love that series. Like I'm the exiled Heavy Knight knows how to game the system. There you go. So yeah, there you go. Yep, there it is. The Heavy Knight, the exiled Heavy Knight knows how to game the system. Yep. And if you're an MMO player, everything about it, you'll just be like, yep, I know what character that is. I know what class that is. Like, you just know. You just know. It's like, oh, I got to play the shitty class to be the good person to it's a whole thing. You'll see. I like Cyclops Giants from Odyssey, though. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with liking the Cyclops Giants? I think there was like three things. Like, I haven't seen the Odyssey yet, but even without saying it, I've been hearing, I want to say 3 different things that really stand out in the movie. There's the Cyclops, there's the ending, which if you know the Odyssey, like you kind of know how it ends, but apparently they do it very good justice. And then like, what was the other one? So was it the horse? Now there's like a third scene, but it made it sound like for a 3-hour movie that there's 3 different scenes that really stand out, and it's like one scene an hour. I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna watch a 3-hour movie for one scene an hour, dude. I'm just not gonna do that. But I'll eventually see it. I'll eventually get to it. I'll probably end up liking it. I've just been hearing mixed things about it, but I like big epic tales. I like the Odyssey itself. I like also what's it called, the Iliad or the Iliad. You know, that one's cool. Did you find all the race swaps to be immersion breaking? Well, I have not seen. Wait, the race swaps. I'm assuming you're talking about Odysseus. I have not seen that yet, so I can't speak to that. So, yeah. Rockefeller says no anime nights. No, anime nights will be happening tomorrow. So anyone here that is seeing me that happens to be following me, DA, or any of the other anime nights people, anime nights will be happening tomorrow. DA was he was a little under the weather tonight, and he let us all know. I thought he might have posted something or whatever. I should have said something earlier, I guess. My bad. But yeah, anime nights will not be happening tonight. It sounds like it'll be happening tomorrow. I don't know if I'll be there for that. So if anybody that's here for me tonight and I'm not there tomorrow, thank you. I appreciate it. But but it sounds like anime nights will be tomorrow. And yeah, there's some good topics that were discussed before that was I'll say canceled. But yeah, DA was he's feeling under the weather, man. So you know, give some shout outs to DA, give him some love. He'll feel better. He'll be good by tomorrow. I usually agree with Chris Gore, but he burned me with Nosferatu. Man, that movie is a pile of crap. You know what? That might be one I was kind of indifferent about. Like that movie, I was very in the middle. I was like, I liked parts of it. There's so many movies that I end up seeing, and oddly enough, they end up being with like Chris Gore and Alan Ng or whatever, like that. They end up being these. They're such mid movies, and like for me, if I see a mid movie, I almost don't even want to talk about it. That's kind of why I stopped doing movie reviews last year, is because I saw like it was like 7 movies back to back that I was like, I have nothing good or bad to say about these movies. They were all just they were forgettable. They're all and I was like, I can't keep fucking doing this, man. And then when I stopped again, there was still nothing to talk about, and I was just like, the worst thing a movie can be is boring. That's the worst thing that like any of these movies can be. They could, if they're just boring, they're forgettable. There's nothing to talk about. There's not even one cool scene to talk about. There's not like a fun line. There's nothing to talk about. That's the worst that these things can do. Even if the rest of the thing is just garbage, man. Those are the worst things. And I feel bad for people like Chris and Alan because they got to find ways to make it sound interesting to talk about garbage. Because sometimes that's what they do. They know they do it too. It's just like, they're like, wow, yeah, I mean, this was fine. The cinematography was great. I'm sorry, dude. Like 99% of people aren't going to care about that. I'm sorry. Like, I love you guys. You guys are amazing, but Jesus Christ, dude. Like, nobody fucking cares if the camera work is great, if everything else was shit. Like, there's going to be one film dude out there who's like, well, I'm going to watch it to learn how to do these angles. And you know what? Good for him. Watch the review for that, and then watch that movie for that. But come on, man. Come on. All right, let's go to the bottom comments. Let's see what's going on here. Spider-Man was mid. Ooh. You're on my level here, Rock. You want to jump on, Rock? You want to invite? You want to jump on here and shoot the shit? Anybody want to see a guest appearance from Rockefeller Plaza? We can talk about some Spider-Man Brand New Day. If he jumps on, we're doing full spoilers. Rockefeller, if you're there, if you want to jump on and do full spoilers, I'm down. I'm OT. I don't know what the fuck that means. Overtime? Hail Syfaxx and Calypso, long time. Dude, SJ, what is going on, SJ? Hail to you, good sir. And yes, Calypso's right here. She's meowing down over here, over and down yonder. Oh, he's out of town. Okay, no problem. Super Legend, what up, dude? From Thiz is. Let's hear it. Let's go. Let's work our way back up for a bit. It says, hi, Thiz. Cute cat, and everyone was wearing Spider-Man shirt at the Spider-Man Brand New Day movie. Dude, yeah, there's a couple of people dressed full Spider-Man gear. Hey, man, like I'll give them this, dude. Like Spider-Man, I'll say, I think it's not really exactly part of the MCU. He just happens to be part of Marvel. And so whenever Spider-Man is separate because it's also Sony, and it just does good on its own. He's like the second most, if not the most popular character in the world. Everybody knows Spider-Man. They just love Spider-Man. Like, whatever. Also happens that, for the most part, Spider-Man makes relatively good movies. Like, you can just watch them in a vacuum. You don't need everything else. You don't need build up. You don't need whatever. Like, you can watch a second or third Spider-Man movie and you're just like, oh yeah, it's Spider-Man doing Spider-Man things. Okay. Like, you'll be fine. It's okay. Like this one, like Brand New Day, it's just like there's so many flashbacks that happen that explain what happened to him before. You can watch this as a standalone movie without watching any Tom Holland movies before, like Tom Holland Spider-Man, anything before this. You don't have to watch any of it. You can watch this movie on its own, and I'll say that's a good thing. Like, you should be able to just, for every movie should be able to stand on its own in general, right? So a movie should be able to stand on its own, but if it also helps that like there's backstory behind the movie that you're watching, whether it's a prequel, sequel, threequel, whatever, you should be able to watch it and be able to get enough context from whatever happening in it to understand what is going on now of what you're watching. And I would say Brand New Day does a pretty good job at that. Like you can just watch Brand New Day without watching any previous Spider-Man movies, and you'd be like, I get it. I get it. Like I would say you're not gonna feel super lost. There's a couple little scenes that you'd be like, oh, well, that doesn't make sense. But overall, I mean, you'd be able to put it together, right? I would think so. I would think so. See here, Spider-Man forever will forever be the best superhero of all time. He's up there for damn sure. Like he's probably going to be. I want to be surprised even more iconic like than Batman, Superman. Like Superman, I would say is the all-American superhero. For like old school Americans, people choose justice the American way. People who still believe in that. I don't know. I got a little country in my heart, even though I'm in California. But it's like I don't know. I uphold those ideals. I like to think so. I like Superman, but even that, he's still not my favorite superhero. Batman, Playboy, billionaire, whatever, depending on what comic you go through or whatever. But yeah, just the dude who has the contingency plans for everything. Gotta love him. The iconic bat symbol. And then there's Spider-Man. So you got two DC people who are at like the pinnacle of their thing. And then the pinnacle of MCU before the MCEU, like the all the movies and stuff. I think Spider-Man is still probably the peak. But before that, even, I think he was still the peak of MCU or like the Marvel comics in general. Like he's massive. It's like everybody knows Spider-Man. Oh, yes, you're right. And then nice. Yeah, right on, right on, right on. Well, glad everyone is having a good night tonight. It's already 12:10 on my end. How's everyone doing tonight? Is there anything you guys want to know from Brand New Day that anybody doesn't know? I'm down to throw out spoilers. I was trying I know it was a little, I don't want to say rage baity. It was a little baity of the thumbnail to be like spoilers, but I think the spoiler that was more for if anybody wanted to know anything. It's a brand new movie. It barely came out on Thursday. Not everyone's had the chance to see it. But I mean, I think a lot of it's pretty straightforward. Like you can get a lot from just the trailers. Everybody knows. I don't know. I felt like as I was watching it, I was like, I know it's gonna happen. Like that's the one thing about the movie. I felt I knew everything that was gonna happen the whole time I was watching it. I like your Batman frame behind you. Boom. Yeah. You know what's crazy? Like it doesn't have batteries in it right now, but if I get batteries in it, the little bat light right there actually lights up even lighter, which is actually really cool. Like, so I told my mom years ago that like I like stuff like that or whatever, and I'm 30 fucking 7, and every year I still get I get cool posters, I get random stuff. Like, here you go. Here's a lenticular. Let's see if I can get it just right. So it's like now if I turn it, you see how it's a lenticular. It turns into Nightwing. There's like 3 different ones, and the back it's actually 4 different ones. So I got these lenticulars that I would like to hang, but to hang them in the background, you're only going to see the one picture. And I got a bunch of them, which are all very cool. boom. Here you go. I got like we got Venom and you got Carnage. Venom, Carnage. Pretty fucking cool, right? I'm surprised I was able to capture that on this shitty camera. But it looks cool, right? I got like 3 or 4 of these things, man. They're fucking dope. They're really cool. But it's like if I just hang them on the wall, they're only going to be at one angle. So I was trying to think of a way to put them on something that can just rotate slowly while the camera can actually capture the angles, and then they would just do it, like some type of I know it's a ridiculous concept, but at the same time, it'd be super fucking cool if I could pull it off. Like it would be super cool. You just have like these lenticulars and you can actually see them. Because like obviously I had all this blank space, but if I turn my chair right here, you can see I have all these posters right here. Check this thing. Like I got this big ass poster. Boom. And it's a lenticular. Check it out. So it goes from heroes to villains, heroes, villains. And this thing's fucking massive, dude. Like this thing will take up all this space right here. So I'm trying to figure out how to do it. So yeah, I got a bunch of cool shit. I just need to figure out how to display it in this amount of area or which ones I want to do. So I don't know. Yeah, it's such a hard thing to figure out. Dude, I got all this cool shit. How do I show it to people who like all this stuff? Well, other than literally grabbing it like I just did, I don't know. Like I only have this much space. So we'll see. Maybe I'll get a different camera that'll zoom further back and I can get a bigger wall space. I don't know. We shall see. We shall see. Did Spider-Man do a good job of getting people hyped for Doomsday? No. Well, I mean, I didn't stay for the post-credit scene, but I know what it is. And I don't think it's enough. Like, it's not enough. That's the thing. Like, Doomsday is gonna have to sell itself, which with the giant cast and just having the name Avengers in front of it that's what they're literally banking on. Just that they're like Avengers, Doomsday, those 2 words. Like Avengers is a selling point because Avengers is a massive selling thing, and then Doomsday, obviously you have Doom in it. A lot of people who are fans of Marvel or fan of Doom or Doctor Doom. Like, so you have 2 things that are going to drive a certain amount of people to it regardless. It's probably already going to sell out crazy quick. But as far as the story goes, it's going to be fucking nonsense. I'm sorry. It's going to be nonsense. But it could be fun. You could see a bunch of your favorite characters doing hopefully some of your favorite moves, Like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I would like to say I'm looking forward to it because I used to look forward to Marvel stuff. I'm not looking forward to it. I'm going to watch it, but like Marvel used to be day one watches for me. Like it used to be like when I heard they were coming out, and most of the time they'd come out around my birthday. My birthday's in May, early May. So like around the 3rd, 5th, 4th, whatever, whenever they would drop, whatever Friday that was, I would catch those right around my birthday, and it just happened to work out. I was like, fuck yeah, hell yeah. I got a cool new Marvel movie to watch for like 10, 11 years straight. There's going to be something hopefully pretty decent coming out. The last like 5 or 6 years, nah, it's been bad. I will say Spider-Man, I would say it's worth seeing, but I don't think you have to see it before Doomsday. It has nothing to do with Doomsday. So it'll help Doomsday a bit, but not enough. It'll help because it'll boost Marvel into the sphere again. Right now, it'll sound like Marvel's a hot thing, even though anybody that knows anything about Spider-Man right now actually knows that Spider-Man is actually a Sony thing. He just happens to be in the MCU because they licensed him out. But yeah, whatever. That doesn't matter. Everyone just thinks he's Marvel because he is. He is technically is Marvel, but he's Sony. So Marvel or Sony's actually gonna, they're gonna take all the money like they did on the last one. But it probably has nothing to do with Doomsday. And from the rumors, and well, you know what? I already put spoilers out there, and this could be spoilers for anything, so might as well spoil some Doomsday stuff. The spoiler on Doomsday is that Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man gets murked within like the first 10 to 15 minutes of Doomsday. So yeah, like most people's favorite Spider-Man, gone. Like, dude, what are you doing? Why would you do this? Why? What are you doing? Why would you do this, man? It's such a dumb idea. But I don't know. Hopefully they have a plan for it because we'll see. We shall see. I mean, I've read the script that's out there, and I don't know. Hopefully they changed a lot of it. Let's just say that. Let's just say hopefully they changed a lot of it. So here, Miles Morales post-credit scene. No. I can relate. I have several Hot Toy figures packed away with little room to display them. Yeah, dude, Hot Toy figures are dope. Wish I could afford them. I am Poe. I'm Poe. That's why I get cool light up things for like, $15. They look cool, but they're a little cheap. Quote from the Noxious YTHQ Spider-Man movie about being lonely, ordered around by a woman while fighting a psycho Jean Grey who gets a pass for all the people she does in because she had a hard life. You're not wrong. Our Noxious YouTube headquarters, I'm assuming is what that stands for. He's not wrong. It does come off that way in the long run. So it's been long enough. I mean, we're over an hour now, so I'll go ahead and my main spoiler while I say all the villains are the same. This is what I mean by all the villains are the same. And I won't say the villains just in case people some reason do not know the two main. They're not even villains. They're the main threats. Spider-Man has two main threats throughout this thing. Well, technically three, but two physical and actual threats to him fighting. And both of them, he takes them down by talking to them, which they did in Captain America. He talked down the Hulk in Captain America. They did in Thunderbolts. Those are the last two Marvel movies, right? They did that in the last two things. And in this one, Spider-Man talks them both down. The difference is, and this is the only reason that it works, the only fucking reason that it kind of works at all, and that people are not complaining about it like I was not that I was hoping, but I wish somebody would have fucking pointed it out. But the only reason that nobody's been pointing it out is because the people that he talks down, they're not actual villains. The biggest threats to him are, as we know them as, basically heroes, right? So that's the only difference. That's the only fucking difference, is the people that he talks down, they happen to be technically hero characters. In this universe, maybe not so much. Maybe they're anti-heroes for a minute or whatever, or Hulk, whatever. Well, there you go. But yeah, that's kind of the only difference outside those other movies, because each one of those other movies that I just fucking mentioned, they just talk their way out of it. They just talk their way out of, like, I don't know, the most evil, goddamn brutal thing that could be happening to them. But actually, I guess even Sentry's half good, half bad. So you're talking to the shadow version, whatever you call him. Can't remember what they call the shadow version of Sentry. It's like the void. So you're talking to the void. When you're talking to the void, yeah, that could be different. But as far as the characters in this movie, you're still talking to just, I don't know, they're supposed to be good guys. I don't know. It works and it doesn't work. It depends on how you look at it overall. But there's some amazing shots. There's some cool things. There's some good buildup. I think overall most people like it. I would agree with some of the other reviews that I've seen where it's about 15 to 20 minutes too long. Other than that, I think most people have overall a good time with it. Like, you'll have a good time with it. Like, Spider-Man is like, he's Spider-Man. He's cool in it. He's dope. But it's when you start thinking about it too much, you're gonna run into some problems. You'll be like, wait a minute, what the fuck is this? That's where you're gonna have some problems. The entire action is covering lack of story. Yeah, well, I mean, the story is pretty straightforward. They what you know what what's funny is actually it's not the action that's covering the lack of story. It's the heartbreak kind of losing. It's like losing somebody, or they lost you, but you know they're still there. That aspect of it, and that part doesn't really work. Like, something about it, I don't know. Maybe because Zendaya and Tom Holland are actually, I don't know if they're married or they're together or whatever, but it's like them pretending to not know each other is just like, this shit doesn't work. But I think one of the funniest things was I saw it. It was a Jeremy Johns review. He was like, "Oh man," because well, here's a spoiler for people out there, but he goes to tell MJ that it was just like, "Oh yeah, we know each other, whatever," and like, "Oh yeah, we kissed." They don't actually kiss. Well, they do kiss, but they don't. It's a whole thing. She doesn't remember any of it. And the fucking end of the movie, he goes to dap up his homie and do their friendship handshake, and that triggers fucking his best friend to remember who he is, and it's like, your homies will remember you forever. And I was just like, that is hilarious, because that's exactly what happens. It's too fucking funny. It's too fucking funny. Give me a second. Spider Boy just still too clumsy, goofy, insecure. Nah, sorta. They kind of do. They kind of do the, what is it, Spider-Man 3 thing, where it's like his emotions get the better of him, but they go a little crazier with it. So it's kind of like Spider-Man 3, but on steroids, maybe, I guess. I don't know. Spidey apologizing for kissing. What a simp. Sorta. He does, because it's her, but not her. She's possessed, basically. That's why there was that joke going around that he kisses Sadie Sink. It'll make sense when you see the movie. I'm crying at the end where Spider-Man died at the Spider-Man Brand New Day when he revived again. Sort of. I wish Black Cat and Spider-Man are more than MJ. I think everyone wants to see a live action Black Cat, and it should be, I don't know, Sydney Sweeney, or she could be Power Girl. You know, just saying. Just saying. He should have kissed Ned if MJ doesn't want him. God damn it, Rockefeller. I know you're a mod, but I'm going to unmod you and ban you immediately. Jesus Christ. Conspiracy says the facts. Hey, T, you want to jump on here and talk about some Spider-Man? If you're up and about, nobody else wants to jump on. Nobody else wants to join. I've been throwing an invite out for like an hour. Nobody wants to come talk to me. I'm such a loner. Even though I got 14 people watching, which is fucking amazing. Thank you all, by the way. You guys are amazing. You guys are awesome. It's been fluctuating, don't get me wrong, but no, it's fucking great. It's crazy. Thank you. All right. Find your name down this long ass list of. Where says I started doing that? Oh, here we go. Yeah, send it to you on X, brother. Do you want a link too, Rock? You know, I'll send one to you. You can try to join from your phone if you want. I joined from my phone. It's usually not a great connection, but finally, T is ready for truth telling. Well, we'll see. We'll see what T's up to when he gets in here. Let's see how it's going. Oh man. See, Spidey should have told her he can't remember her without her boobs and red hair. You know what? I probably wouldn't either. I wouldn't either. Especially if it's been like, you know, even 2 to 3 years nowadays. I mean, that could be 200 to 300 pounds. That could be a 200 to 300 pound difference. Could be brutal out there, guys. Watch your high school crushes. Don't hit them up. It's going to be a bad day. It's going to be a bad day. If you pizza before you French fry, bad day. Oh, man. All right, let's see if T and or Rock hits me up. I sent you both the link. We got Rockefeller in the plaza. What's going on?
Yo, what up, dog? What I sound like?
You sound a little far away, but we can hear you. What's up?
All right, I'll move it closer then. I didn't want to move it closer, but does that sound better?
Yeah. What's going on, man? How you been?
Not bad. What up, bro?
Chilling.
Yeah, I'm out
what's
of town.
What's going on, Rockefeller Plaza? You out of town? Whatnot? Did you see Spider-Man yet, or what?
Yeah, I saw it. It was all right. People are glazing the shit out of it, acting like it's the best Tom Holland movie and whatever, some bullshit. And I'm like, man, this is the worst Tom Holland fucking Spider-Man movie there is. What are they talking about? I think
it's like the second best. But hold on. We also got one more person who's joining us right now. We also got Uncle T.
Uncle T in the house. What's cracking?
What's going on, T? Yo, what's going on, brother? How you been?
I've been good, man. That movie was shit, dude. Come on. It was shit. And I think you called it and said it was gonna be shit.
Dude, see, this is what I was like. That's why I was kind of like tiptoeing around the tulips with it, because I'm like, there's a lot of things that I like about it, but man, overall, like I left disappointed. Like,
yes,
I left disappointed, and I was like, I wish more people were saying that, because I was just like, fucking hey, man, because I'm sitting there trying to find the good in it, and I do see the good in it. I see like there's good homages to like cool Spider-Man comic covers, and there's cool scenes and stuff, but I'm like, cool scenes and homages don't make a good fucking movie. Like, it's not a good movie. It's not a good movie overall. Like, it's just not.
It's fucking storyboard. It's story fucking board. I'm telling you,
and then,
you know why?
It means nothing. It means there's nothing. It means fucking nothing. That's the other thing that pissed me off. At the end of it all, I was like, there's nothing. It fucking means nothing.
It was a great comic. Like, if that was a comic, yeah, but it's a comic book movie. I didn't appreciate. Tell me what the fuck the Hulk was there for. What was that? That was just to get people, dude. There's so many plot holes in this thing. It is embarrassing, dude. And like you said, I'm not gonna say I didn't enjoy the movie, but
well, that's the thing. That's the thing. No, like you said it right. It's like it's not that I didn't enjoy it. I had a good time watching it, but when I thought about it, I was like, this is not a good movie. It's a good movie. Like it's a bad movie that I enjoyed. You know, we all have those. We have those. Like, I have no intention of ever watching this again. This is what I say all the time. This is what I say all the time on DA's channel, whatever. And I think that's my best way to just say that it's not a good movie is like, I will never go watch this again. Like, I have no intention of ever going to watch this again. And that's why I was bringing up like Godzilla earlier, is because it's like Godzilla. I would go watch that. I watched that 4 fucking times in theater because I love that movie. I had a great time with it. Maybe that's just me. That's fine. Whatever. It's all good. But that's me. Like, that's my kind of movie. I like that.
And that's fine. Thank you for doing that. You know what? You like that movie because they deliver. This was shit. And you called this months ago and said it's not going to be good. And even I was like, I wasn't impressed by the trailers. I mean, sure, everybody's rushing to the movies because there's nothing out right now. There's nothing. It's hot. And people want to be indoors where there's a cool breeze. I mean, what else are you going to do? There's literally nothing. ESPN doesn't play baseball. They don't have baseball on ESPN anymore. You want to watch WNBA? There's nothing for you to do. Nothing. It's this movie. I mean, is and like not good.
If you want like cool, like basically captured moments, because like the best scenes are like they're comic book moments, which is like straight out of the like a comic book cover, right? Like those are the coolest scenes because it's like that's a comic book cover that you possibly own. If you're a Spider-Man fan, you're like, oh, that's this cover, that's this cover, that's this cover. And there's moments like that throughout the whole movie. But other than that, everything else is fucking trash. You're just like, this is stupid. This is like, I'm glad because I was sitting there trying to like I said, tiptoe around it because I'm just like, I don't want to ruin it for people, but it's like at the same time, like I would say it's still worth seeing because there are some cool scenes. There's some cool cinematography. I saw it in 3D. Some of the 3D was actually.
Is it worth your money though, Syfaxx? Is it worth your money? Like, come on, like you just said.
No. Hold on. If you're a Spider-Man fan, I would say it's worth your money.
No. I'm a
Spider-Man fan. No. I would say it's worth your money.
No.
I would say it's like because you get to see some of your like because if you're a Spider-Man fan, I'm thinking full-on Spider-Man fan. I'm thinking comic books. I'm thinking iconic poses. I'm thinking dope ass abilities. I'm thinking like whatever. Those parts are fine, which is about. I would say an hour. There's an hour worth of cool Spider-Man stuff in this. The problem is it's a 2-hour and 25-minute movie. So there's an hour and 25 minutes of not cool Spider-Man shit in it. That's
shit we got. We get all these complaints about, he's too MCU driven. Everyone, he's a Spider Boy. He's got Iron Man or Doctor Strange. Nobody gave a shit when Yelena came up in here and hung out for fucking.
That's what I'm saying. She's part of the 125 minutes that doesn't need to be there. Like they could have made this like a 50-minute to 1 hour, like, you know how they did the werewolf one that they did. What was that one called?
Werewolf by Night.
Werewolf by Night. They could have done that like an hour and 15 minute of all the dope shit in this movie and cut all the fat out of it, and this thing would have been a banger. And you probably still could have made way more money because it could have showed way more times. Like,
again, the Hulk, I think when T was like, the Hulk should have been in it. I think Banner should have been in it.
Hold on, we got Light Doom 64 saying, "Bro, it is a Spider-Man movie. It's a Spider-Man movie.
Spider-Man movie.
Yes.
There's no fucking Spider-Man in it.
Why is there 120 minutes of not Spider-Man in a Spider-Man movie?
Let me hit on this real quick, because I've been waiting for this to come out, and y'all and T will back me up. Every time I talk about Spider-Man, I'm like, Spider-Man goes to every single film, he suffers a loss. Regardless of what Spider-Man it is, whether it's Miles, whether it's Gwen Stacy, whether it's Pete, it's a fucking movie. He doesn't suffer a loss. Mary Jane does, and she learns a lesson. I'm like, what the fuck? Is this a Mary Jane movie? And yes, she's the villain, because I will watch this again when it comes out on digital. We're gonna do a fucking kill count and how many people she kills. Oh no, he survived. He didn't die. He's fucking dead. Yeah, everybody standing in the middle of the fucking road, got nailed by the fucking car at like 50 miles an hour. He's dead. All right, and the fucking
Jean Grey is a fucking villain. She's a villain.
Jean Grey's a villain. She's not a misunderstood anti-hero. No, she's a fucking villain. You know what? And how they're gonna reiterate that one, make it like, oh, now you got to sympathize with her, make her a good person. They fucked the X-Men up. This is not a Spider-Man movie. It's a shit fucking film. It's like, to me, there's a couple good parts in it when he's fighting Scorpion. That's about it. I like that one. It's like every time Jean Grey comes out,
and that when he fights the hand, the hand of fight was
the hand because they're worthless fucking, they're nobodies. It's like when he's fighting the fucking
they make them nobodies at the beginning of the movie, and then at the end of the movie, all of a sudden they're important for him for some reason.
Yeah, and the hand call him the COVID.
Because I guess he's Hawaiian, he wants to be Asian.
N19 mask.
Oh yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ!
It's not Spider-Man, bro. It's not Spider-Man.
That's what I'm saying. Look at what Rock just said, dude, and look at what you just said. The hand. Why? It's like overkill, dude. Overkill. You got so many things going on that you didn't even try to attempt to button them up, dude. Jean Grey. That's not Jean Grey, dude. That was 33 feet.
Yeah, dude, that was such a weak version of her. And then all of a sudden, the other problem I had with it is all of a sudden both of them come into like basically overly superpowered out of nowhere just because of emotions. They're like my emotions overtook me, and it's like I understand I understand Jean Grey doing that, but like Peter was going through that the whole movie, and he didn't take any time to learn how to control it. All of a sudden he was just like, oh, I get it now. And it's just like all of a sudden he's super Spider-Man. Like, what the fuck is this?
No, look, he
became Super Saiyan out of nowhere.
So aren't you tired? Aren't you tired of these fucking girl fucking boss fucking superheroes and villains? Every time they want to fucking show how powerful they're on their period, right? Their fucking menstrual cycle and fucking PMS. And, they got to scream and fucking act like, oh my God, I'm having cramps. It is bad writing, dude. They have to scream to get their power out.
This is what I was saying earlier. It's like, dude, so the last two Marvel movies ended with them talking down the villain, right? And so in this movie, Spider-Man talks down the Hulk. He just talks to him. And the Hulk gets it. And he sees through his mask and he sees his eyes and he's just like, oh, I get it. And then you know how he defeats Jean Grey? He talks to her. He just they just talk to the quote unquote villains. And the only reason that it works in this movie is because they're not villains, they're heroes or / anti-heroes, right? That's the only reason it semi works here. But if you think about it, in the last 3 to 4 Marvel movies we got, that's how they beat the villains. They just talk to him. They just fucking talk to him. He wins by talking to him, and I'm like, that is the fucking lamest way.
Lame,
you know what?
dude. Lame.
On the nightcap side, fact, what we came up with, Spider-Man, when he makes the fucking suppressant thing, what he actually does is he makes a mutant suppressant gene, which Bolivar Trash does, and it's like that's what makes all of that. It's like the X-Men story.
No, I mean that's what
because
that's what he realizes. I mean that was realized in the first time that they're talking about it, when he's talking to Bruce Banner. That's why Bruce is like kind of like scared about it, and he's just like, oh, you want to make an all-consuming thing. So Spider-Man is actually going to be the reason that there's a mutant suppressing thing. So Spider-Man is actually going to be the reason for it. Spider-Man technically creates it instead of like Trask.
Spider-Man hates mutants. If you're not enhanced, you're not a Spider-Man.
Yeah. He creates it. He unintentionally creates it because he wants to create it for himself. But yeah, he creates it
too, because how the fuck does he know if it'll suppress the mutant gene? It's like, oh, this is universal. It doesn't just suppress my mutant abilities and the arachnid fucking leveling. It's universal. It'll suppress everybody's, even though I never tested it. Like you said, it's just like, it's done. I've never used these powers, but guess what? Now I'm a professional at using them. Nobody ever. It's typical.
What's also dumb about that, though, right? So he makes it, and it's supposed to suppress the genes or whatever, but he still has his powers through doing it. So it only suppresses so much. So his is specific, but then he makes a universal one that'll suppress everybody else.
He had to fine-tune it to where it would make the arachnid levels right and the human levels. How the fuck do you fine-tune something to make that and to make it universal for everybody?
Well, with universal, it's stupid as shit. That is so dumb.
It's typical writing. Like this is not Jean Grey. This is typical Hollywood girl boss, like T was just mentioning. Is there some fun parts in it? I guess. I mean, playing the game, I rather enjoyed seeing
there's some cool moments because there's like cool Spider-Man looking moments that look great. That it's awesome or whatever. But
Fantastic Four did that shit too.
When you think about the story and what actually happens and how it's resolved, it's stupid. It's fucking stupid.
That's Marvel's new way of doing shit, showing all these quick little cameos in the first 5-10 minutes, and it's just like cameo, bright, but shit writing. And that's when you watch the trailers, you're like, bam, 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 flash. You won't hear any dialogue though.
No, none, because they have nothing, dude. They're stalling, dude. They have to be stalling. And this girl boss shit that they keep trying to fucking invest in, dude. The audience that they want is 30 years away. 30 years away. Girls don't support girl stuff like that unless it's girly. They do not want to go to the movies and see themselves save the guy. Why would the girl want to see? I want to see the girl save the day. What girl in 2026 wants to do that? None.
Well, I mean, that's why he gets shot at the end instead of her. It's because he technically saves her from the kill shot. But
who didn't see that bullshit coming? When a young kid, whatever his name is, what does he call him? A fucking kid. Hey, don't worry, I'm gonna take that kill shot. If you don't fucking do it, kid, I'm gonna fucking do it. And then I'm hugging her. Oh, how much you want to bet I'm gonna turn? And I'm gonna shoot him. And just like fucking Star Wars Disney, I'm gonna get shot right to the fucking back in the heart with a goddamn 50 caliber.
Dude, and Punisher being like, oh, that's the most brave thing I've ever seen. Fuck off.
That thing was like, if it's Punisher, that thing hit every fucking main artery on the way through and out, and he's fine.
Oh, dude, he's ripped to shreds, dude. He's ripped to shreds when that thing comes out, dude. There's a gaping hole.
Not just that, her too. That would have went right through his ass. Like,
boom.
That was a 50 caliber bullet. That bitch would have went through him, exploded out the front, exploded her fucking ass and her mental abilities. I'm like, what are you talking, man? That shit pissed me off. I was like, flat. And once it happened, I said, I shut my eyes and said, flash forward. He's going to be in the hospital. There's going to be a whole bunch of Spider-Man balloons hanging out everywhere. And most likely Punisher's going to have to put the mask on and be like, I'm Spider-Boy, not him. And his identity's going to be, oh my
And
God, this is the weakest,
how did
shittiest
they
writing.
manage to make another movie where he's fucking naive, and then he's fucking supposed to be smart? You're smart enough to fucking make a fucking inhibitor, but you're not smart enough to figure out the fucking the people in your first movie that you had are still fucking doing the wrong thing. God damn, like he can't be that stupid, dude.
They make
He's like,
damage bumbling idiots. Yeah, they try to make them villains, but to me, it's just like, you know what? It's
The
like
Extreme Meme Supreme says, so Spider-Man sucks. I will say no. I would say, look, it doesn't suck, but there's fucking massive problems in it.
oh yeah.
And I wish more people were talking about the problems in it, because there's a ton of problems in it. Because it's like, overall, I will say this: I had a good time watching it. I can say that. I can say overall, I was like, I was entertained. But once I thought about it, I was like, this is fucking stupid. Like,
Man.
Like it's a very turn your brain off movie, but once you turn your brain on for a second, you're cooked. You're cooked. You're cooked.
Worst Spider-Man film. I heard people be like, "Oh, this is the best Tom Holland." Tom Holland's got some great Spider-Man films. What is it? Far From Home. That's probably my favorite with Mysterio in it.
The story is stupid.
The
villains, there's basically no villain. There's basically no villain, and on top of that, the villain basically gets no consequences because the villain is damage control, and it's like, they get no consequences.
Yeah, there's no consequences. This is a cinematic phase 4 movie. I know we're in phase 6 or whatnot.
That's why I was saying, it's like, hey, you talk the technical villains down, even though the villains are technically other superheroes. You just talk them down, and then they just fuck off into the darkness.
We just got Green Goblin. We should have came up with a fucking way. Like this was set up for. Tell me I'm wrong. You played the game, Syfaxx. This was set up for Mr. Negative. Because when I'm looking at her powers working,
that's what it looked like.
Jumping bodies.
It would have been way better.
The leaping bullshit for the telekinesis pissed me the fuck off. Because I've been an X-Men fan.
I'll be right back. I need to use the bathroom.
So I've been an X-Men fan for my entire life. I've been reading the comics, understood the comic books. I'll be standing out fucking side when I was 12 years old, pretending like I got all these fucking powers and I'm transforming and shit. You don't use telekinesis like that. You don't leap every 33 feet. I'm like, what's the significance of 33 too? Are they trying to fucking give a shout out to Expedition 33, the game of the year or something? Like, what the fuck is that? You don't leapfrog from one. If that's the case, technically, I could be a telepath across the entire world as long as I got a 33-foot connection, right? Which would get rid of the whole fucking reason for Cerebro, and you'd have the most intelligent telepath. And it makes no sense. They don't know how to use the people's powers, and this is the first introduction to a mutant we get in their powers. What the fuck? It pissed me off, man. Jean Grey, and everybody's like, "Oh, Rock," but Jean Grey was always misunderstood. She wasn't a murderer. Being a misunderstood teenager is one thing. Being a fucking psychopathic fucking rampage murderer is completely different. And if you're sat there trying to be like, "Well, I sympathize with her," you're a fucking simp. You're sympathizing. This bitch got a nice ass for a teenager and is ugly as shit. I wouldn't let that bitch do one thing like that. We need to start locking these hoes up. I'm just tired of it. Yelena doesn't even look good from the fucking cleavage up, and that's all they show her. We need to invert that, like fucking Tenet, and put the water from the top up and show from the fucking bottom down the naked part. This movie, there's nothing good in it. If I'm thinking about what I want to go back and watch, I'm like, I'll watch the Scorpion. When we were talking about Odyssey, right? I was like, the Cyclops part is fucking awesome. I'd go back and watch the Siren Song part too, because the audio is crazy, like nerve-wracking when it comes in. And of course the ending, like Syfaxx, probably 3 parts. In this, everyone's like, oh, the end part, Rock, with the hand where he does the spinning shit. I played the game. I did that 15 times a day. So for me to watch a 2.5 hour fucking movie to see it once, I'm good. Fuck that. It's like, I don't want to be rambling and discouraging people from seeing the movie. This is Destin Daniel Craig. Destiny. Destiny's fucking Spider-Man. And if you saw Shang-Chi and you're like, well, it was good, but I'll never watch it again. Get ready to say the same exact thing about this movie. And all these motherfuckers that are like, oh, it's probably the best fucking Spider-Man film out there. Then I want you to ask them what their second favorite Spider-Man movie is. It'll probably be Amazing Spider-Man Andrew Garfield's fucking number 1 or number 2. That says enough.
Well, he was a good Spider. He's a good lanky. He's has the best Spider-Man body.
Yeah, he's a good Spider-Man, but the movies suck. I didn't. Andrew Garfield, good as a character, but the movies, even the villains they had, were good. But when you watch them, they're so drawn. Like the skateboard part where he's skateboarding in the head. It's like gay as shit.
And that's crazy because the director of that movie, man, Mark Webb, he is a fucking great director, dude. I cannot believe that, dude. I cannot believe that they just. That's a great director, dude. It is.
So JWD Jembe said, sad to see audience hyped for trash story with high action. Folks don't care about story no more. And with boobs, beauty, bravery, booty entirely missing, no villains, crying Punisher, PG, what the fuck? Yeah, no, you're actually completely right with that. Like that's the thing. Like, I was actually super surprised when I was seeing some, I don't know, some of my friends' reactions to this stuff. Because I was like, that's the way that I was feeling after I watched it. I mean, the other thing that really fucked with my experience is like I was sitting next to, it was like a family of 4, and they had really rambunctious, shitty kids. And in the very front row, like I was up at the top of the fucking theater, and in the very front of the theater, there's like 4 or 5 probably teenagers who kept yelling and running in and out of the theater. Like, so I was like, they just kept taking me out of it. So I was wondering if like I was just like missing something because I'm like they kept taking me out of this shit. But when I really thought about it overall, I was just like, man, dude, there's no real villain. There's no real threat. Like, I mean, there's a threat, but the threat is literally just, oh, you're just a misunderstood woman. Like, because your sister got fucked up. And it's like, all you had to do is hear about how I also lost somebody. Like that's how her trauma is solved. Oh, somebody else lost somebody too? Whoa, what a concept. Like, you know, are you fucking kidding me? Like that's how her whole trauma is basically solved. Like, hey, this other hero also lost somebody. Ta-da. But you're not a hero. You're a fucking villain in this movie. What the fuck?
See, you know the worst part about the movie when I was actually like, you know what, I got one of the things, you know, I'm always like trying to like, you know, anticipate what's going to come out and I never get anything. I got one thing almost that I wanted to get, and then it just turned sideways so much it pissed me off. We actually got Pete and MJ, whatever her name is, Melissa Jones, and he was telling her about, you know, like the thing on the rooftop. And I was like, this is a cool little scene. And he's actually like talking to her, and she's like, dude, what? You know, like what's going on? It didn't take me but 2 seconds to know. I'm like, this is Sadie Sink's character. This isn't her.
But what was she after? Like that, they knew her sister was dead. She knew her sister was dead. What was she after?
You know what the problem with that scene is, though?
She was after Z-Max because when she died, she was. Remember when they got her, she said Z-Max, and I can't have
V-Max.
Yeah.
Well, you know what the problem with that the problem with that scene is what that actually shows is that like even though she can only jump technically 33 feet or whatever, what happened is she actually jumped into Spider-Man and rode Spider-Man all the way to MJ's place and then took over MJ. That's what that's supposed to do. Like because he's inhibited by the fucking inhibitor, right? That's why she was able to do that, because other than that, her powers should be able to go everywhere else. So because of that, she actually jumped into Spider-Man and just was in the back of his mind, and then jumped into MJ when she saw MJ.
I know that was a lesbian in the writing room being like, you know, it'd be really cool, Syfaxx. What if she had like this leaping power?
No, I mean,
she could, like,
the leaping power is stupid. It's so stupid. Like it's Like, it's such a dumb concept. Like, it was probably introduced way early in the comics or some bullshit, and they were like, "Oh my god, we should do this," and they're like, "But it's in the comics." Sometimes, guys, the comics have bad ideas. That, like, I'm sorry, they just do, and you don't introduce them in a fucking Spider-Man movie. Also, she's not the first mutant introduced into the New York setting. That would be Miss Marvel.
Right.
Miss Marvel's technically a mutant or whatever. Supposedly.
It was just weak. It was weak overall. A lot of plot holes that they never even came back to. Man, it kind of
Like I said, it's an interesting, like it's a. I would say, dude, go if you're a fan of Spider-Man movies, you'll probably have a good time. If you're a fan of the comics, you'll probably have a good time. You'll probably just, if you just turn your brain off, but as soon as you think about what's actually happening in the fucking movie for a half a fucking second, you're going to be like, none of this shit makes any sense. This is stupid. Like, everything is stupid about it. But if you do everything outside of that, you'll have a good time. There's a reason so many reviewers don't say it's like a great fucking movie. They'll be like, oh, it's a 7, it's a 6. Because they see the same problems. They're just not pointing them out. Or like, I at least hope they see the fucking problems. Jesus Christ. Because there's a ton of problems.
So I want to talk about the post-credit scene. I'm more than convinced that this is supposed to be Mr. Negative, right? And then because it's supposed to come out in between Doomsday and Secret Wars, but because Marvel had to push it back and kept switching dates, they're like, fuck, this is going to come out before Doomsday. Well, we can't use a fucking, like it's a random character now. Maybe we should set it up to like go into Doomsday, because now the timeline shift. Now it's coming before. So now we got to,
hold on 1 second. We got Supreme Legend saying, can we get the out of 10 ratings from the 3 people on the panel? If so, yes. I mean, I'm down to give mine. Let's go ahead and start with T. T, what do you give this out of 10?
I give it a 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10 from T, and why? Just give it a quick summary of why.
Just after I got through fanboying, and I realized, wait a minute, I didn't really get there's too many questions. Way
too many unanswered questions.
Right.
Yeah. Right on. Hey, Rockefeller Plaza, dude, what do you give this out of a 10, dude? What did you think after watching it? And would you know what? Here, this is a question for both of you. Would you actually recommend it to anybody else?
Yeah, sure.
So T says yes, recommend. Even though it's a 6 out of 10, he would still recommend it. That's fine. It's all good. Let's go ahead and go with Rockefeller Plaza. What do you think? 1 out of 10, and would you recommend it to people?
No, I'd say watch the fucking Miles Morales Spider-Verse cartoons, and you'll have a best fucking time. You know what? And I'm tired of people not bringing it.
What's your 1 out of 10? What's your 1 out of 10? What's your 1 out of 10? Let's go.
I mean, I'm not gonna score it high. I'm not gonna score it low. But because I scored Odyssey like 6. This is a 6. I mean, it's a low 6. It's a movie. It's got some action in it. It's got some cool scenes, and it's got Spider-Man in it. It's a 60 out of 10.
Notice how
you're both out of 6. You're both out of 6. One's to recommend. One says, "Hey, go ahead and check it out." One says, "Hey, it's not worth your time." I'm gonna be the tiebreaker here, and I'm also gonna say I'm actually roughly about a 6. But I will say, go ahead and go check it out. But my problems with it are going to be different people's problems with it, and I think if you're a Spider-Man fan, like overall, you're going to have a okay time with it. But I'm going to continue to say what I've been saying, which is simply this: is if you look into the story or you're paying attention to the story, you're going to see all the plot holes. You're going to see all the fuck ups. You're going to be like, what the hell is this? Why are we introducing the X-Men like this? Like, there's going to be a lot of fuck ups here. But overall, I think if you just turn your brain off for a second, you'll have a very good time. Or if you're a collector of Spider-Man comics, you're going to see some cool, iconic shots. That's it, though. oddly enough, those iconic shots are going to be within the first 15 minutes of the movie. But yeah, there you
I
go.
missed that guy. I missed
I'm
the guy.
gonna go with a solid 6, but with a soft recommend. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's the best way I can put it. Because
Pause.
yeah,
I would have
yeah,
dumped.
yeah, yeah.
I would have dumped a boatload of money after that dude did the first trilogy that we just did. And had the home trilogy. I would have said, dude, do 3 more for us, please.
They
And I
can't
would have
do
dumped.
number. They can't do number. They can't do movie number 4 past Avengers Endgame. They cannot do. They could do trilogies, but they cannot do that 4th movie. Captain America, terrible. Thor, terrible.
They gotta start over, dude. They gotta start over. They either
You
gotta
know what's
start
funny?
over or they gotta start over a new threat, like a big threat,
No,
and
they could
build
reuse
it
them.
back up.
Like my whole thing was, if we had Mr. Negative in this, right? We saw Scorpion. I'm like, oh, cool. Maybe they'll mention the first villain we got, the Vulture, and he'll be out of prison too, and then we'll be halfway to the Sinister Six, and then we, maybe, and that, if we sprinkle in, Mr. Negative was in this, and then maybe next movie we can actually uncut the Kingpin, and then he could be
Supreme
a
Legend.
4th member. It's like we could have done a legit Spider-Man film. Instead, it's like, no. Let's do X-Men
We
film.
got Supreme Legend saying 6 out of 10. Damn. You know what? I agree. You know what? Maybe that might be too low, but at the same time, that's what the panel is feeling, and that's what the panel said. That is our consensus. It stays.
But the reason
judgment.
The reason why the 6 out of 10 stands is because it really, after the fact, you're like, whoa. Like, here's my thing, right? Initially, I was like, when Superman came out, oh man, I love Superman. Man, it was great because I'm Team Superman.
Dude,
But
we liked
then
the trailer. We were on board with you too.
But then when you see the movie, I saw the movie, I was like, okay, but then I see it again. I'm like, oh, it's not that good. Just say I was fucking disappointed in Weapons. Then I look at Weapons like 2 or 3 times. I'm like, this is a pretty good fucking movie, dude. T, relax, right? So this is not one of those movies where you're gonna be like, oh man, it was better the second time around. I don't think so, dude. It just does not.
I think this is one of those movies that's gonna get worse. Like when you see it a second or third time.
Thank you, dude. Thank you. I think so because you're gonna see stuff.
Because all the problems that you thought you had because as you're watching it, you're like, whatever. Like I'm watching it, and you're like, oh man, but there's a cool scene. Here's a cool fight scene, and then you forget about it. When you see it a second time around, you're gonna pick up on all that little bullshit that you're just kind of throwing to the side, and you're gonna be like, man, this is really standing out.
Absolutely.
Like, I'm to the point when I watch movies, like I see all the little bullshit instantly. Like I'm just like, nah. Like I don't play this shit. And I'm just
there's
like,
a bunch of cool scenes, man.
Like,
you know what they did in
I'm to the point where
game.
Basically, well, actually they did a bunch of different Marvel movies all combined. And they tried to fucking hammer on the nostalgia of their good movie that they did produce, which was No Way Home. It's like they tried to hammer on that, where it's like, but everyone forgot him. But it's like, but we didn't though. But we kind of did.
Thank
and it's
you.
like,
Thank you.
Shit. It's like, get the fuck out of here with that. Like
get
either you
did
or you didn't.
Yeah.
Get
the fuck out of here. It's just phony. It's so phony what they gave us, man. It's like, and don't get me wrong. We're not complaining about the movie. What we're saying is, hey, there are some discrepancies in the movie that if you are a true Marvel and Spider-Man fan, you're like, man, come on, dude. Like, what are you just giving us anything, dude? We're beyond.
This is one of the few movies that I could look at and be like, look, when you go to watch it, you're gonna have a good time. You'll probably have a good time. You'll have a good Spider-Man time, and you'll be like, dude, Spider-Man kicked ass, whatever. And then if you ever to go rewatch it, you're gonna be like, this isn't what I remember it. Like it, because more likely it's gonna take you 1 year to 2 years to ever rewatch it, because you're not rewatching it in theater. Your first thought of after seeing this movie is not, I need to see this again. That's the problem with so many movies right now is like, dude, I need to see this again before it leaves theater so I can see it in the best way possible. That's the problem with so many movies in general, not just Spider-Man, in general. Like you're like, dude, I want to see it in the best way possible so I can remember this shit in the best way possible. This movie's not it. And then when you do get to see this again, when it comes out on digital and whatever, maybe you buy it because you're like, oh, I remember having a good time. You're gonna be like, I don't remember being like, it's gonna be shit. Like it's not gonna be shit. It's gonna be not as good. And every time you watch it past that, it's gonna be worse. That's what this movie is gonna be, dude. I'm sorry. That's just what it's gonna be.
Because
That's
the cool
it's
parts,
one of those.
you know what? I don't know how y'all feel about this, but because the parts that were interesting, they go away from. They don't stick to them. Like him being when I saw him at ESU, I was like, oh man,
Dude,
that's
I thought
dope,
he was gonna
dude.
turn into a man spider or whatever, like that. Like I thought he was gonna actually morph and be all crazy and be. I was like, dude, are they doing it? Like I was waiting for him to do it. I was like, that would be crazy because that would be like horror, like body horror bullshit.
His last trilogy, he was in high school. We were promised that he's going to be grounded, and most likely, remember the end of the last one, he enrolled in community college. There was no college in this.
Do you even realize how he got stronger?
Oh.
How did he get stronger, Rock? Because he was sad. He got strong because he was sad. He was like that. That was an inspiration for him getting stronger. He was like, "I'm sad because I miss my friends," and he got stronger. And everyone was just like, he was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna be stronger because, and that's what he fucking did. He just got stronger because he was just like, what? Yeah. I do have my friends, but they don't know who I am, and man, I'm stronger. Get the fuck out of here with that shit.
Remember how
Jesus
we
Christ, I'm sorry.
And we had the one guy in there who was like, a spider's life does this. It has 3 different life cycles, and after one,
he was the man version of a fucking Mary Sue in that, where it was just like, you know what, I'm stronger just because.
Well, what's the actor name? T.C. Carson, isn't that his name?
He was so sad. He was so sad that he became stronger. Good job.
Well, we were trying to figure out who that guy, that actor was playing the whole time, the voiceover in the trailer, and it was literally just that voiceover. Like when he's trying to
it was Keith David, and he did the voiceover of the fucking spiders.
That's all it was. It was just a voiceover they put in the trailer. We thought it was gonna be like a person. It was
dude, if you're gonna hire that dude to do the voiceover, you might as well use him for something. Like I agree with Jeremy Johns on that.
They use it for the Wikipedia thing on what spiders do. I'm like, that's it,
dude. Like literally, like he became stronger just because he got sad. It's like, I'm sad, Spider-Man. It's like, but what if you're not sad, Spider-Man? It's like, you know what? I'm stronger now. Congratulations. What the fuck are you doing? Like, what?
You know what's funny about that? Look, he got sad because
all he did.
MJ kissed that guy. Whatever happened to that guy? We never see him ever again.
You never see him again.
And she fucking curves him and says, I don't know you, fucking weirdo. You know what I mean? Like, she's like, I don't fucking know you.
That's why my favorite line from like any reviews is from Jeremy Johns, when he's just like, hey man, bros will always remember, because at the end of the movie when he daps up his homie and he does the handshake and he's just like, Peter. And it's just like, oh man, he's like, he remembers his friend because out of a handshake, it's like your own girl can't remember you had a kissing her, dude. Like, what? Weak. Shit's weak.
You should have burned her down. Maybe if he burned her down once before he fucking told her to forget him, he'd be like, hey, look, and then bring it back. Come here real quick. Remember this? Bing, ding, ding, ding. She'd be like, oh my God, Peter. Instead he got a little stupid handshake with Ned. Now they're gonna be gay.
It's too funny. I mean, it's too funny, dude. It's too funny.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna make Ned and Pete a fucking a couple in the MCU. Because
let's have a sword fight. Let's have a sword fight, because that's the ticket. Let's rub Peen's paws.
Oh,
that'll make it better.
That'll sell tickets with our dickets. Let's do it.
Yeah, dude. To me, they had a real chance here. They had a real chance to make things, and I'm okay with the lovey-dovey stuff. It just needed more. The stakes needed to be higher. instead of somebody being on PMSing. You know what I mean? This emotional.
Well, there's, in my opinion, there's a couple problems with it overall. The main problem is there's actually no full real antagonist against Spider-Man. Like Spider-Man isn't really involved in this, other than he happens to be involved because he gets thrown into it. Like he's just thrown into this shit. Like he's actually not out against Damage Control. Like, so Damage Control is the real antagonist. Damage Control is the antagonist because it took Jean Grey's sister. Like, that's the main antagonist, right? Or are we in agreement with that?
I'm in agreement. I'm in agreement with
you.
Total.
So it's like,
no, I don't give a shit about. No. I don't give a fuck about ICE taking illegal people that are doing illegal crimes. That's not the fucking villain. Wrong. The villain is a person running around my fucking neighborhood and destroying fucking vehicles and fucking smashing fucking buildings.
None of them are doing that. The only thing they were doing was stealing ice cream. Like, like that's all they did. But her sister was teaching her how to do so, but she was going to obviously be the stronger one in general. But yeah, so it's like you got one person or an organization that's technically the bad guy that Spider-Man is technically helping at the beginning. And so that's why that's a conflict of interest, because it's like, oh, well, I'm technically helping these people. But
look at what they do, dude. Look at what they do. They traumatize you about kids, dude. Even with the fucking whole Epstein file shit, they still traumatize. They can't make a movie without fucking traumatizing the kids. Oh, you fucking murdered her fucking sister. She's a kid. What the fuck? This is what they do. These motherfuckers are sick, dude. They're fucking sick. These sick bastards do what they do, man.
I don't remember Jean Grey having a sister. I mean, if she did, I don't know what fucking that must be like.
You know what's weird? Like, I don't either. Like, I mean, I feel like I thought I knew the character, but apparently I don't. Maybe she does. And the problem is what they do, especially nowadays, is they pull from newer comics. And the newer comics, nobody's fucking read.
I think it's from a newer
nobody's read newer comics, and they just they rewrite history from, like, especially with X-Men, that's like literally 60 years old, you know. It's like
there's two things I could do without Jean Grey: leaping and her sister, and that's probably something that was written in the past fucking 6 years. And it's like, yeah, I bet. You know, instead of just sticking to the things that we've had for 60
years. Like, oh, the only thing I could do is I could just leap through people, and it's like, no, you're like the strongest telepath basically in the fucking world. It's like, I don't know. I thought it was a weak way to display her powers. I mean, I thought it looks cool on screen because you get a bunch of different people to be able to act, you know, like being like, hey, what's up? So maybe it was a bunch of people, maybe like, hey, let's pay a bunch of random actors, because if you get paid to speak on a role, you get paid money. So they were like, hey, let's pay a bunch of people.
I need to on a second watch, when it comes out in digital, I'll watch it, we'll make fun of it. But I need to figure out the VMAX thing. How did her sister notice at the vent, you know, and be like, oh, it's VMAX. And I can use the vent to I can use my telekinesis to telekinesis the guy in the vent. But guess what? I actually didn't even do it because I died. But I could send this message out to my sister instead of like killing the guy that's trying to kill me right now about VMAX in case he tries to catch her in the future.
You didn't understand that?
No.
Okay, so the VMAX thing was the last image she saw in her mind. And as her last will of like her dying, she sent out that image, the last image in her mind. And the last image in her mind while she's looking up at the vent is her saying VMAX.
But so she can send an image out of that building to wherever
her sister.
And right, but she can't, let's say, do exactly what Sadie Sink does and just tell her and just fucking mind control the guys in the
she's not strong enough, and that's her
goddamn fucking energy wave to her sister throughout the fucking the blast.
It's literally okay. Look.
And she's not strong
I'm oddly gonna defend the movie here, but it's like
she's not strong enough to do it.
Well, she doesn't know that's
no
gonna.
sense.
She doesn't know it's gonna work, but she sends a psychic fucking image out, or it's her last act of desperation of like, hey, this is my last image I'm ever gonna see, and that's why she realizes that her sister died there. She's like, boom, let me send out this fucking image, and whoever can accept it, and hopefully her sister gets it.
And so my
I have no fucking problems with.
Here's my another question. So Spider-Man made the mutant suppressant gene. Did damage control make Cerebro? Is that what that was? Was that Cerebro?
Stacey Garner says, I'm going to bed. Night, y'all. Hey, good night, Stacey. Thank you for staying up this late with all of us degenerates, but we appreciate it.
Did you catch that question, though? Was that Cerebro they made? Damage control? Was that Cerebro?
No.
It felt like it, Rock. It felt like it for a little bit.
It was enhancing her fucking telekinesis powers, and every time it'd be like trigger the fucking leak, boom, and like all of a sudden it'd shake really far, and it was making the bubble bigger. I'm like, wait a minute, in their hands of a fucking controlled psychic, this would be able to mind control the entire area, and they'd probably be able to reach the whole world. So I'm like, wait a minute, fucking that's another thing they just fucking go over. Damage control is all intertwined in the X-Men now. And it's like, I don't know.
Where have they been since the first Spider-Man? It's dumb, dude. It's just
that's
dumb
the other
writing.
problem. That's the other problem is every time like MCU introduces new organizations, it's like, where the fuck have you been this whole time? They're like, we've been in the background for fucking when and for how long? Like what are you talking about?
And how come your leaders aren't not corrupt? Like everybody is corrupt. Like, wait a minute, who's going to do the right thing here?
Why are they all trash? Like, why are they all the worst people of humanity?
Right.
That's why, Zemo, remember, and Zemo in fucking Civil War, he was actually, his family was a casualty of what the Avengers were doing, and I really liked that thing. It's like he was a villain because all the people were like, yay, the Avengers are saving us. But what happens if the Avengers miss this fucking big ass boulder that falls off the building, and me and my wife and their kid have to be underneath of it? They're not fucking saviors. They're fucking, they're monsters. I really like that angle on how you create a villain, not an anti-hero or somebody we can relate with because they're misunderstood. No, I want to fucking somebody that's like, fuck this asshole. I'm here for revenge. You don't need to talk me down.
Even that angle. Sorry, even that angle is kind of stupid because it's like not everyone can be everywhere at all places at once. It's like, dude, there's gonna be casualties and it sucks, but it's like we're gonna do our best. Like,
but they set it up good with like the one girl. She's like, "What about my son, Stark? Who's gonna avenge him?" Like, let people know that, because they're running around the world like we're heroes, we're fucking celebrities, everybody loves us. Well, the people that are coming out and the front of the fucking lines love you. The people at the back of the lines, they're not coming out because they're probably mourning their fucking loss. It's realistic, and it's like and it creates this tension and it's like you kind of you relate with them. You don't fucking want to act out with them, but you understand where they're coming from. And instead of just being like, you know what, you don't understand this character. Hold up, let me talk to the audience for 20 minutes.
You got something else that got something else to be angry at other than God. Because it's like, well, if God didn't save us, neither did the heroes. So God really hates us, right? So
exactly. There's an act that fucking something happens that just like the heroes, something happens. Uncle Ben dies, and that teaches me to use great power comes great responsibility. Well, if on the other hand of that, if your fucking wife is taken from you, she was taken from me. We all know fucking what happened, how Bane was formed, right? And it's like. It gives you motivation and inspiration. And a lot of people have, and so it's a very simple tool to use. We just don't do it anymore because it's all geared toward kids and nobody wants to unlock them. Everybody's in fucking, what's that shit called? My mental health is bad. I'm in therapy. You know what? I don't want to talk about something actually emotionally that happened to me. I might have to confront my emotions. Well, fucking do it.
Hold on. I gotta point this out. Supreme Legend says, "Wishing you sweet dreams as Zendaya." And why would you wish that kind of fucking anger on top?
You mean of Yelena?
That kind of nightmare on top of anybody, dude. What are you doing out here, dude? We're a nice, peaceful chat around here. What are you doing?
Wishing you sweet dreams of Sadie Sink. Ugh.
Terrible. Just fucking
You see how the
terrible,
blue
man.
sky
Jesus
dude, like, Sadie
Christ.
Sink is so good. Tom Holland picked wrong. He should have picked Sadie Sink. She is so adorable. Like, shut up, you fucking pedos. My God, she looks like she's 12 years old. What the fuck?
Man, really, dude. I was like, that was a bad call, dude. Who said the Kitty Pride? That is dumb, dude. God damn it, man. She's like a knockoff Lois Lane from Superman, from Man of Steel. It's like, what is
You know
this?
what it
You
is?
looking at a fucking puppet?
It's super.
Like
It's
fucking-
super simple. It's like she's the only like up and coming actress that happens to have red hair. That's it. There's her,
Dude, she
and
looks
then
like
there's
Pennywise. Bill Skarsgård.
She has red hair.
that's the thing. I was gonna say there's her, and then there's the girl from fucking It.
They can't
There's the
dye
girl
your
from
fucking
It.
hair now. It's
Those
just
are
like,
the only two redhead actresses coming up right now, and it's like that's it. That's all you got to choose from.
well, and you know what?
And
People should
the
be
other one
by
is
that shit.
maybe
They
too
can't
old.
even dye their hair. Sophie Turner's hair wasn't fucking red. They dyed her fucking hair. It's like when you heard about what's his face, Andy. Homa DualShock's gonna be fucking Magneto. Everybody's like, no, he might be Mr. Sinister. I'm like, he could be Magneto, whose hair's not white, Rock. You fucking dye it. You know, it's like, wow, his hair's not white, his goatee. You fucking dye it, dumbasses. You don't look for a fucking actor that has white hair. You're not going to find very many of them besides James Gunn. No, you fucking dye it. You don't look for an actress that has red fucking hair. You fucking dye it. Duh. Can you find a good fucking actress? That's like, that to me was dumb as shit. Like, now they're looking for Rogue, and they're like, you know what, she should probably have brown hair, or you can fucking dye it. It's not that hard. You know, Hollywood has fucking lost their way. They're fucking stupid as shit sometimes.
Man, they don't have, dude. They do not have what they need in order to make a sustainable future. You can tell that they're dying off. You can totally tell, dude. They have no idea. If Apple TV is making better fucking TV than regular television, tell me the regular television show that you tune in for. They're like, man, I can't wait. You don't have fucking Married with Children type of shows. You don't have anything. You have this fucking weird fucking TV, dude. Do you think you can get Married with Children nowadays? Fuck no, dude. This is a crazy, crazy universe that we're in right now. We're in some alternate timeline. Fucking just like everything's offensive, dude. You like the whole point of being offensive is, dude, you get to work it out, dude. If you don't want to work it out, don't work it out. The level of talent that they have, like I keep saying, man, is so mediocre, dude. Hollywood had no succession plan, and it's so proven it, dude. When they're remaking movies, they're like, why are you remaking that movie? Why are you doing live action of that? That doesn't make sense. That's what they're doing, man. They're banking their present on nostalgia, dude. And it's just not gonna hold up, dude. But fucking He-Man did fucking awful, dude. If I told you in fucking 1985 that a He-Man movie, a real
I did not kick T. I don't know what happened. But JWJ or JWD Jimbei said they don't have motive means opportunity structure for the villains, i.e. criminals. Everyone needs to be talked down to, not judged and punished. Hence PG Punisher. But Psycho misunderstood deletes. Okay.
Expect disappointment, and you'll never be disappointed. That was in the last Spider-Man film, said by MJ herself.
Extreme Meme Supreme says they got him. Yeah, they got him.
No, I think he was having internet issues. He might have fucking lost internet or something. He was having some.
I'm pretty sure like you and he's on his phone, so probably bad connection. I mean, if he comes back in, obviously he's invited back on. But holy crap, I'm running out like 2 hours right now. And I'm drinking way too much.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump off. I'm out of town. I'm gonna go jump back in. Get ready. I'm going to DC this morning. We're leaving like 8 o'clock in about 4 hours. So I'm gonna jump off here and get ready for the day, man.
Well, I mean, if people are doing streams tomorrow and they want to invite me on, feel free to. I mean, I'm glad to be able to do one tonight. And Jesus Christ, thanks for the turnout tonight. It's been fucking amazing. You guys are amazing. You guys are awesome. And I know we were talking good and bad about Spider-Man. My overall consensus on it is, go ahead and, if you're a Spider-Man fan, I think you will enjoy the action, you'll enjoy that and everything. But I think overall
Go
the
see
story, the story you might find lacking if you're, I don't know, if you're a fan on the way that we talk about stories and stuff. If you're just a fan of, I don't know, the action and stuff like that, you'll have a very good time.
Whiny bitches. And you should like it.
A little bit of that, I mean, like, yeah. But yes. That
some
being
mediocre
said,
women that are whining. You'll love it. Trust me. Like some feminine dudes that might be having some sexual tension, kissing like homos. You're gonna love this film. Check it out. All right, Chance. I'm jumping off here. Syfaxx, take it easy, bro.
All right. Oh well. You guys have a good night, and thank you guys for showing up. And I know it's been a minute since I streamed and whatnot, but thanks for showing up. Thanks for showing out. I know it's very late, and you guys have a great rest of your morning and or possibly night wherever you're at. But thank you very much, and you know what? Catch you guys on the next one. I'll try to start doing, well, maybe not late night ones, but maybe late night ones are the way to go. So we'll see. Just because my computer might die on me. So catch you guys on the next one. I'll see you later. Bye.